What is going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning into another edition of On the Road to Victory. I am your host, Jimmy Smith, and I hope you're all having yourselves a great start to your weekend. It is Fan Friday. We are here, and, well, I'm live from Rituals Beauty Bar, the wonderful Chelsea's business. And, look, had some things to get done tonight, so I'm here, and I did not want to leave you guys hanging, so we're here. We're live. We're 2 effing weeks away. If I can get the 2 in here, my Lord help me. Let's go. But I'm pumped up here tonight and got some of your questions from the mailbag. We've got some things to go over. A lot of things that went down this week. So we'll have a little weekly recap here. But this is your show. So any questions, any comments that you have, get them in. I'm going to do my best from my phone here to keep it real with you. Keeping up with the comments, and this stuff was very intriguing this past week when it happened by accident. But let's get it going. We got Tiffany, a real sicko, starting us off. Appreciate you tuning in. Hope you're having a great Friday. Doyle, my man, let's go Birds. Mario, hope you're having a good one. You sick son of a let's go Birds. Appreciate you guys, though. And look, man, I'm pumped up. 2 weeks away. Like, I can't believe how fast it has flown. I'm telling you, every time in the off season when we do these countdowns, 99 days, it just flies right by. And it's like, dude, are we 2 weeks? And it's weird that the first game's on a Friday. So, dude, literally oh my God, it's coming. It's coming. And look, we're going to go through some stuff. We're going to talk about, I'm sure, some more roster moves, some things go down. And clearly tomorrow we have a preseason game. Then we have cut downs on Tuesday. So, a lot to go through there. And then, look, leading up to that game, we'll talk about everything the Packers have done in the offseason, get to know their team, talk about the top matchups in that game. So it's all coming. It's all coming so fast. So let's go, baby. And let's start it off. We'll recap some of the things that happened this week in case you missed it. But Tyler Hall was placed on IR. Then you had Mekhi Garner waived/injured. And we talk about that. If these guys are not claimed, then they revert to IR. He was not claimed, so he reverted to IR. Tyler Hall, on the other hand, he actually, they reached a settlement with him, so he was released from IR, so he is no longer with the team. He is a free agent, but we did sign Gottlieb Ayedze back. He is now, a depth piece for this last preseason game. Hopeful to make the practice squad. We'll see how he does there. But then some more moves came. Azoma was released. We talked about that. Look, didn't think he was making the squad. Jason Poe was brought back. So we talk about some of this depth for the final preseason game. These guys hopeful to be on the practice squad. Then, of course, filling up one of those roster spots, the Eagles traded for Jahan Dotson yesterday, which holy hell sent me through the effing roof. I'm pretty damn pumped up about it. Getting a 5th-round pick and Dotson for a 3rd and 2 7s. Howie, you sick son of a let's go. And Jahan Dotson has 2 years remaining. $1.57 million cap hit this year and a 5th-year option coming up. So we'll see how he does. But we got a nice 24-year-old young receiver to grow with Devontae and AJ. Jalen Hurts has got himself another weapon. Very excited about that. We've still got $24.1 million in cap space. Howie, my Lord. And, people worried about the draft picks. But, dude, you still have a 3rd next year. And you have 3 5ths now. Rather than a 6th and a 7th, you replace that with 2 5ths. So, Howie's a madman. 8 the next year because of the Reddick trade that could turn into a 2nd if he plays. But we'll see how that goes with his contract situation. But that's what was going down this week in case you missed any of it. And look, man, we talked about this. Stay patient here. Howie is always cooking. And it happens every year. People, we don't have this, we don't have that. And it's like, look, we've talked about wide receiver 3, offensive line depth, tight end 2. We've talked about, safety, obviously. But it's like, the season didn't even begin and people freaking out always. And it's like, look at how we go, man. They know when there are issues, where there are holes, they're going to continue to do their thing. And look, I'll continue to say it. Howie Roseman, he is my spirit animal. And I think people will see why I had his back so strongly the past few years. The dude is literally going to go down in history as the greatest GM of all time. And we got people, just a couple years ago, even last year, people freaking out. You got to fire him, man. He's holding on to old players and like, all right, dude. Like this dude is a true effing goat. So put some damn respect on his name. A happy Fan Friday to you, Liz. Appreciate you tuning in. I'm I'm getting ready, to run through some walls. I'll be honest with you. Yesterday was probably the worst case. Sitting at work, having to wait hours upon hours to talk about this Jahan Dotson trade. It made me lose my mind. But we're gonna jump into the mailbag here, and Tiffany. I did see, a bunch of people posting about this. I know a lot of people get worked up about these jersey numbers, but she asks about Dotson here. Since there are no single numbers, I'm assuming you think he wants to wear single by saying that. He has to wear 87. Do you think Pickett 713? Well, yeah, if anybody is cut, their number instantly is available if that's a number that the Eagles give out. But Pickett, we talk about if they could possibly trade him, maybe. Greer is not going to make this team. So, yeah, numbers become available if players are cut. So every year, just as we talk about with these rookies or anybody that signs, they take the numbers that are there. So if they want to change once the cutdowns happen, that's every year. That's how it always goes. So, yeah, they can wear whatever number. Now, if it's a number that's retired or like soft retired, like Donovan or Nick Foles, they don't give those numbers out. So, yeah, man, I think that is something that's always possible if he doesn't like it, but I'm not sure how he feels about it. I don't know that he cares, or has any kind of certain number that he wants that's out there that he could trade with someone or whatever. These guys do that kind of stuff all the time. But yeah, they can wear whatever jersey is available. Now, up next, and appreciate you, Tiffany, for getting that in. We've got Katya here, who has offensive line depth. Yeah. And you hear Katya saying, what I've been obviously talking about here pretty much the whole off season. I like, the starters, and I like the competition between Becton and Steen, and obviously Becton winning the job. But obviously, I've repeated this every single show. I still feel the depth is a little concerning because I like Kennard, I like Keegan, I like the promise of the future, and some of these guys developing, but I don't like the thought that if anybody gets hurt. Now, Fred Johnson, really like him. He's going to be a backup tackle here, but I don't know, man. I still feel if they, and I think they will, if somebody gets released or there's a younger guy that beats somebody out, I think they can make a move and add to that line because injuries happen, man. And, Becton's new to the position. You never know what could happen. So I'm still going to say that the Eagles at offensive line, at tight end, and safety, I'll repeat that every day because I feel, we can always talk about these things. There's no need to be like the media, season's over. We didn't do this. It's like, no, man. Like Howie Roseman has the same chart where it's like, these are the positions, who is available. Can we trade for somebody? Is there a free agent we'd like? Keep our eye on. And if this guy's cut, there's so much that, can go on in off season. And this is just not Madden. Like you can't just, do all these things. You have to actually talk to other GMs or talk to the agents of these players. So a lot goes on here. Howie is always trying, man. That is never the issue. People, why? And I instantly, as soon as we traded for Jahan Dotson, I saw people like, well, why aren't we having a safety this? And it's like, you can't ever please anybody. But that's just how it goes, man. But be excited. Get excited for the fact that this team, they're going to continue to add, whether it's, the preseason, the regular season. You can trade all the way up until the trade deadline at like week 9, or maybe what is it, week 10 this year now they changed it to. So after week 9, dude, if week 1 you don't like what you see at a certain position, you go and trade for somebody. That's why we have all this money. So pumped about it. Let's effing go. And I'm ready to go. Linda, appreciate you tuning in. Ready to run through some damn walls. But 87, that was actually my wide receiver number. 80s are wide receiver numbers. That's just always how that's kind of been. And they were allowed to wear in the 10s, obviously, for a while, but now they're allowed the single digits. But yeah, that's a pretty normal number. But Brent Selleck had it for so long for the Eagles that I'm so used to him wearing it. But obviously, wide receivers and tight ends, wear a lot of the same kind of numbers there. But go Birds! Appreciate you tuning in, Teresa. Hope you're having yourself a great weekend. And no, that's why I don't have him making his team. Matt Hennessy is not good. These younger guys will beat him out. So Yeah, he's been horrible. I don't know if you saw that any of this preseason action so far, but not been good. That's why we talked about they brought in Sharping, they brought in Nick Gates, who I think both are not good, and I don't think either of them make this squad either. If you're going to keep one of them, so maybe Sharping, maybe Gates because he can play center and guard, but I wouldn't keep any of them. I would keep the young draft pick, the sixth rounder Dylan McMahon, over any interior versatility, and I would keep Keegan. I would keep Darian Kennard, who can play tackle and guard. Hell, even Brett Tarth can play center, guard, tackle. He can play all the positions. So I would trust him over Hennessy or Sharping or Gay. I just don't think those guys, big popular names, but I don't think they played well. And I don't know that they're going to be on the squad. So depth pieces that aren't really something you want to be starting on this team. So I think that you'll see, these guys let go. Clears up a little bit of cap space. It's not always about that, but I'm confident that they'll make the right moves, but offensive line just kind of concerns me, and that's kind of why, because I don't like Hennessy. I don't like any of those guys. It's just kind of how it is, and that's just kind of how it goes. They're Koch's mom. They never send notifications that I'm live or I'm going live. I post on every social media platform, but that's what I always say. You can follow me on all these platforms because I know they're not going to send you notifications. So I have a hope that maybe one of these platforms gets to you and you guys know when this is going down. So, yeah, I know they blackball me all the time, and I apologize for that. But I don't know, man. It's weird. Saying how he's playing, man. That's the thing. They don't understand how it works, and that's why this show was created. They talk about magic and how it doesn't, it's not real, and nobody can do this. And it's like, well, he can because he's good at it, and they just don't want to admit that part. And that's well, fire Howie a couple years ago. It's like, well, dude, they just didn't understand anything about how the cap works or anything, and that's very pivotal to like judging someone's job as a GM, considering that's literally like a monstrous part of it. That just kind of seems weird to me, right? But we know what he's doing, and you guys know what he's doing because I'm showing you on a daily basis how this stuff is done. So they can continue being confused about it. We'll continue laughing about it. So yeah, it is what it is. And no doubt. But yes, your topic. My topic. I don't know if you got your topic in there. I don't know that I saw it. Got all the topics that were sent in there. We've got one more. Yeah, and I appreciate that. See, Tiffany, you know how it goes. They don't send it on anything, so like you got to hope that one of them will. So I appreciate you following me on all those platforms because that's just kind of how it goes. So, yeah, one day maybe it'll change. Maybe they'll help get my name out there rather than making sure that even the people that already follow me. So just imagine, like you guys that follow me, your channel members, you got notifications on, and it doesn't send you my videos or show you when I'm on. So what do you think? But chances are that random people out there are seeing my videos. Like, just think about that. People are always like, I don't understand why you don't have more subscriptions. I'm like, well, I kind of do. I'll be real with you. They just don't like me, and that's all right, man. That's just how it is. But I apologize. It sucks for you guys that it doesn't tell you that. That pisses me off. So we'll see. But yes, we talked about that as we always talk about here on the show. Still feel that way 100%, adding O-line depth. But yeah, man, they're hurting, and I love it. I love it. And happy Fan Friday, Nina in the building. Let's go. Appreciate you. Hope you are doing well. Hope you're having yourself a great weekend. But I want to jump into this last fan question here. Let me know if you guys have any questions yourself, anything like that. Appreciate Kachi's mom, Tiffany, for getting those in. Luffy, here we go. With all the cap space we have, what move can you see us making next? Do we go after safety tight end 2? Do we sit and wait for the trade deadline? Well, Luffy's obviously been watching these shows. He knows. We talk about safety tight end 2. But my first thought after trading for Jahan Dotson isn't what's next. It's just still looking at this roster as a whole, because you continue to look at offensive line, tight end, safety, and the places that you have these holes for weeks upon weeks that we've talked about here. And this is where Howie's focused. That, what I continuously keep saying about watching the waiver wire, watching who's getting cut. trade pieces that become available, things like that, where we're always looking to improve the roster. So when you're doing these moves, it doesn't mean another move has to come. Like, it's not always about, like, again, like the Madden style, where you're always just having to make a move. But it kind of is like Madden in the sense where every week you're getting practice squad moves. You're getting guys, off the active roster, onto the IR, this, that, the other thing. So moves are always happening, and they don't have to be done in one day. So Rome wasn't built in a day. And, as much as things, will happen throughout the season, you've got a lot of money to do whatever you want. So God forbid somebody gets hurt, you need to make a major trade. You really can. And, whatever you don't spend this year rolls over to next year. So that's always great. So it doesn't have to be anything. But if it's me, Luffy, if it's me, you already know. That's obviously why you said safety tenant. You know exactly the key to my heart. I'm going to effing lose my mind if we don't put some emphasis on that tight end position, because as much as I want Calcaterra to develop, get better, I talked about Uzoma sucks. Need EJ Jenkins to be that third guy. Looks like that could happen, but I'm still kind of worried because Goddard gets hurt right at the end of camp. So, like I said, God forbid something happen, and then you have, nobody. Oh, God. And right. So, if you watch the show, since last year, I've been pissed off about tight end. So, looking for an upgrade there would be awesome. And then talking about, and I think they definitely could. And then safety. I love CJ Gardner-Johnson, Reed Blankenship, and maybe Sidney Brown comes back healthy. That would be the key here. But if he's not, you got Tristan McCollum. And Avonte Maddox has been playing some safety, obviously, a former nickel corner, but he has that versatility that he can do both. So that's good for him. Bradbury sucks at safety. He's not doing well. Commendable that he tried to switch to safety, but just not sure he's making this squad. And, you got, again, Tristan McCollum, Andre Sam back there competing. Anything happens to anybody, and Gardner Johnson was just banged up for a little while here. My God, you're putting Avonte Maddox back there. I love Avonte, don't get me wrong, but then who's the depth? So got to have more emphasis to that position. I feel like I do like the young kids, but Caden Stearns, maybe he gets healthy and surprises us, and he's great depth. I don't know, but obviously the Justin Simmons talk has commenced. He went to the Falcons, so you don't have to hear about that. But look, I think they could definitely add to these positions. Maybe they go into week 1 and 2 and see what it looks like, see how these guys do, how these young guys are developing, and then, maybe they don't need to make a trade, but maybe they really need to, and they go out and grab somebody. So again, 2 weeks until the first game, so you'd like to see something happen, but if it doesn't, you want these guys to get up to speed before they're just thrown into a game situation or something. But look, Howie, he knows what he's doing, so just stay patient, get excited, because this team's gonna win the Super Bowl regardless, baby. Let's go. And I want Jean to play for a little bit. I think that this year you have the luxury to have him. You want to try him returning some balls, having that depth piece there, that maybe throughout the season you start cross-training him at safety a little bit, because you don't need to throw him in at corner just yet. You have a lot of depth at corner, and I think a very bright future for him. So you can play him tomorrow. You don't have to worry, but you don't also want to, risk an injury, re-injury, anything like that. So they'll be cautious with him, but we all know how I feel about Cooper Jean, and I'm pumped up to see some of these younger guys fighting for their lives here. May never get another opportunity, so they got to go out here, show they've got what it takes to be on an NFL roster, and if not, on the practice squad, and hopefully work their way up. So, look, man, this is it, man. Oh, Saturday is the final preseason game tomorrow, and then you have Tuesday is the cutdown period. You have to be down to 53 then. So, holy hell. And you can see we got a lot going on here. You got Castles, Clark, Gardner on the IR there. Talked about Brown coming off the PUP list. Please, dear Lord Jesus. Then you've got, this offense with Goddard banged up, a little concerning, but Dotson here now. Oh, my God. With Barkley out of this offense, I'm pretty excited to see what Jalen Hurts does in this MVP season of his. And look, tight end and guard, or I'm sorry, really anything on offensive line, that does concern me still. So, please do something. But defense, look, getting healthy, Safety is still a little bit of concern, but the rest, I still think if you're healthy, this is a top three defense. And I don't care what anybody says, how they don't understand Vic Fangio's defense or what position these guys even play. Good for them. Don't know what Jordan Davis, nose tackle, is supposed to do. That's fine. You'll find out this year when this team dominates souls. I hear a lot of talk. We need interior guys. Keep sleeping on Jalen Carter, Jordan Davis, Milton Williams. Please do. And then the edge rushers, Sweat, Huff, Graham, Nolan Smith. And I told you before the draft, wait till you hear about Jalen Son. Well, we got him, and they're going to hear all about him. Kid's got a very bright future. Then we've got guys in the return game that actually bring something. And dude, Covey, one of the best, if not the best punt returner in the game. And now you've got Rogers, Shipley, Dotson, Gamewell can do it, Gamble. You've got Smith, DeJean, Nichols. So a lot of guys competing here. But a lot of these guys will make the roster. Probably not Nichols, probably not Gamble, but you still got return capability. And that makes me pretty effing excited. I'm not going to lie to you. So all across the board, I'm excited, regardless of, where I say, we could add. We don't have to. We don't have to have an all-pro, best player at each position. That's not how it always goes. But I do like to see depth at positions where guys have a history or there are people injured currently. And that's all those positions that I've been talking about for weeks here. So please, and you guys heard me. If you want to add a wide receiver, that's fine. But that would be fourth in my pecking order behind offensive line, tight end, and safety. So just saying. But I'm going to get rolling out here, guys. If you guys have anything else, please feel free to leave it down below. But, what a day. Hopefully you got to check out the video last night. Talked about everything you need to know. I also made another video today just for the cap stuff for you sickos out there that want to know that cap information. But trade details, updated depth chart, bio and stats for Jahan Dotson, everything you need to know about him. So got to know that. Go check out those videos. But let me see. I can't talk. I apologize. Dotson to catch up to the team. Well, you got to learn the playbook. Just like anybody else. You got to just learn the playbook and, as quick as he can. And you hope that maybe he sees a little bit of preseason action, get him up with the playbook. And as the weeks progress, he'll get more involved in the offense, just like anybody else. But he's a human being. So who knows? He can pick it up quickly. They'll probably, simplify some things for him where it makes it easier for him. But yeah, he'll get acclimated. He's a wide receiver, so a lot of as a former wide receiver, I think that's kind of easy because just as long as you know your route within it. But there are a lot of things you need to know going on around you too, and I think that makes you a better receiver. So you got to understand the entire play, what everyone else is doing, and one of the things we talked about with Dotson being added, when I talked about a trade candidate for the receivers is what do you want? You want a guy that's interchangeable. He can play inside, he can play outside because Devontae and AJ can both do that. And you want to be able to do that with these guys on the fly. You want to be able to, motion these guys, have hot routes for them, have them be able to do all kinds of different things. So, man, he'll be just fine. And I'm glad you agree with my prediction. I think that, this team is just going to have a lot of people sleeping on the wrong one. So, it is what it is. But are you going to? I'm going to pick him up. Okay. So give me 1 second. I will be right back. Just one pause, a little quick here. I do apologize. I got to get rolling out. I'm so sorry. But anyways, look, guys, I'm super excited about the season. Get excited about everything that's going on here because Howie Roseman always is cooking. We're not done yet, and 2 weeks away. Don't think that you remember a couple years ago when we added CJ Gardner-Johnson right before the season started. So stay patient here. This team is going to continue to get better and better, whether it's adding more players or just people figuring out the system. But look, I appreciate you guys. And look, don't ever apologize for tuning in. You guys are awesome. And no, this defense is going to be dominant as hell. I appreciate you guys. I really do. And I hope you have a great weekend. I'm going to be back tomorrow morning, pregame show around noon, so it won't be really morning, but we'll be breaking everything down, what we want to see, players we're looking for in this final preseason game, and hope to see you then. You know what I'm asking for. Get them going in the comments here, but that's all I've got for you. If you got anything from this video, do me a favor, hit that like button down below. You can share it, subscribe, all the things you do to support the channel. Cannot thank you enough. But until next time, I'm Jimmy Smith, and this is On the Road to Victory. That's my beautiful woman, Chelsea. I hope you all have yourselves a great weekend. But yeah, until next time, you know what I'd like to hear. How do I do it again? Oh, yeah. Say it with me now, folks. Go Birds!